is. Well, meanwhile, there are brand new developments in the deadly mall shooting in Maryland over the weekend. As the shopping center gets ready to reopen less than 2 hours from now, a newly discovered journal at the accused gunman's home may help determine a motive. Police say the teenager walked into the busy mall and killed 2 employees before turning the shotgun on himself. Authorities say he expressed some, quote, general unhappiness in the journal, but still the motive seems to be a mystery. And joining us now is Rod Wheeler, former D.C. homicide detective and Fox News contributor. Thanks for being with us.
Sure. Good morning, Patty Ann.
So he walked into the skateboard shop. It was on the second floor. He killed 2 employees, a 21-year-old woman, a 25-year-old man, and then himself. The question, obviously, is motive. The shooter, Darian Aguilar, lived with his mother. She found his journal in which police say he expressed general unhappiness with his life. How important is this journal?
Right. You know, this journal is very important. As a matter of fact, I believe, Patty Ann, that the journal holds the clues as to why Mr. Aguilar did what he did. Real quickly, you know, we learned something very new yesterday from the Howard County Police Department. And here's what that is. That morning of the shooting at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Aguilar's mother telephoned the Prince George's County Police Department. Now, the Prince George's County Police Department is 1 county over from where Columbia Mall is. And she told the police her son was missing and she was really worried about his safety. The police went out to the house. They looked at this journal, but not only that, the mother informed them of something else that made the responding officer say, hey, we need to find this guy right away because he could be a potential danger to himself or to others. What was that information, Patty Ann, that the mother must have told the police? I believe it was the fact that this guy had a shotgun and a lot of ammunition, and guess what? It was missing that Saturday morning, and that's why she called the cops. I think this is all starting to unravel now. We're getting a better understanding as to why Mr. Aguilar did what he did. The question that remains here, though, is why did he go back to that particular store? You know, he had to pass a lot of stores to get to that Zumiez store. The question is, why did he choose that store to go to?
Yeah, it does appear, as you say, that he targeted these 2 individuals. Investigators are not sure how or if he knew them. They say he was an avid skateboarder. This was a skateboarding clothing shop, so he might have been in that shop previously. But so far, the friends of the victims say they're not aware of any relationship between Aguilar and either Tyler Johnson or Brianna Benlolo. And they also, by the way, say that Tyler and Brianna were not dating, which weakens a theory of a love triangle. So
Sure.
Why might he have targeted these 2 people? I mean, is it possible that he was just in there once and something just set him off?
Well, you know, you're exactly right. This guy, Aguilar, was known, Patty Ann, as a skateboarding enthusiast. So I believe he had been to that store before. Here's the clue, though, right here. About a month prior to the shooting, that's when he purchased the shotgun, early December. It's believed he was out at that store sometime in early December after some kind of altercation, maybe some kind of an incident. And I'm only speculating here, but it makes sense. Some kind of an incident. He goes out and buys a shotgun, and then he comes back to this store and he specifically looks for these people. So that's one of the 2 working theories that the investigators are looking at now. And I honestly believe within the next day or 2, Patty Ann, we should have some more definitive information in terms as to why Mr. Aguilar chose that particular store.
Yeah. Darren Aguilar had no criminal record. As you say, he purchased a shotgun. He also had with him, though, a backpack with 2 homemade bombs in it, which were disabled. So there was definitely some planning and some time involved here. Do you believe there were signs of mental illness that were missed?
That's the question of the day. And, you know, I've always said in all of these types of situations, there had to be some warning signs. In this particular case, I would say that the warning signs should have been known by the mother. That's why the mother called the police that Saturday morning. You know, Mr. Aguilar was 19 years old, and to call the police on a 19-year-old and say they're missing on a Saturday morning is highly unusual because, you know, a Saturday morning on a college campus in a college area where this guy lived, that's not all that unusual. But the police thought, Patty Ann, for some reason or another, there was enough information that they needed to find this guy fast because they thought he was a danger to himself or to someone else. So they classified him, Patty Ann, as a critical missing person on Saturday morning.
Yeah, because otherwise you would wait 72 hours before you would even start a search, especially for a 19-year-old.
Sure.
He lived at home with his mother, but as you point out, in a college town, and it would not be unusual unless the mother had seen some signs that made her concerned. So a lot of questions still to answer. All right,
That's
Rod
right.
Wheeler, thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you, Patty Ann.